Hello everybody, this is TechFour from Chobo Team League, also from All Inspiration. Today I just kind of want to give you a little tutorial video on how, as a captain or a co-captain of a team, you can set up an easy way for your players to get you match reports. I know a lot of teams have a little bit of difficulties trying to get all the reports from their players, and that in turn makes it hard for them to get the match reports to the admins. Just want to show you a little way that I kind of deal with that stuff in All Inspiration that can kind of help you improve and get that stuff in a little bit quicker. Pretty much we'll be going over 3 programs today, and they're all web apps: Typeform, Zapier, and Google Sheets. All pretty basic programs, pretty easy to use, and honestly super easy to use on the client side, that being your players. So we'll just jump right into it, kind of show you kind of what we do. There we go. First thing, we're going to be using the program called Typeform. Most of you have already probably heard of this. All it does is output a form, players sign it, super easy, and you get reports. This is a good place to start. Honestly, if you want to just use this program, it would be enough. You could manage. It just wouldn't be as easy to manage as it could be. You'll notice up here, if you are new to using this program, you have workspaces. So I have 2 different workspaces. My workspace is actually pretty much everything I have for All Inspiration. And then tutorials is just kind of what I'm going to start this web series as. You can set up one for your team, do whatever you want. Also, you have the ability to add users over here. So if you're a captain setting this up, you can add all your co-captains, any players that you trust to do this stuff. Very good program, highly suggest it. There is a pro option. From my experience, I haven't really seen too much of a reason why that stuff is helpful, but you can definitely do it. So we're just going to get started. We're going to create a new Typeform. We're going to start from scratch. It's super easy, and we'll call this Season 11 Match Reports. You can definitely do one of these for every single week. You can do it for every single season. You can actually have one for your team. Personally, I think I would suggest either every week or every season. Most things I do in All Inspiration is every week. Something like this every season would probably be fine. It would probably be a little bit easier to manage on you. So let's kind of let it load. It's going to pop out right here, and you'll see there's 3 different boxes here. You got your welcome screen, all your questions. This is data you're going to put out, questions you're going to put out to your players, which will input data back to you. Then you have a thank you screen. The thank you screen actually doesn't work in the basic. You have to buy Pro for it. Really, there's no reason to do that because you can set one up yourself that's actually significantly better than theirs. So first, double click on welcome screen. It'll pop right up. Welcome text. So I'm just going to usually put a title here. So I'm going to put CTL Season 11 Match Reports. Pretty basic stuff. You have an option to upload an image. I usually do it on the first screen. I don't usually do it on any other. And I actually have one of our banners already sized to fit in all these, so I can do it pretty easily. And that's pretty much as far as we're going to go with that. We'll save that. Now we want to put our questions in here. Different information you might want. Kind of think of this before you put it in. As far as I'm concerned, I think you'd want what week it is, group stage and week, who the player is that's actually submitting the replay, and a spot to actually put the replay. Also, you might want to say win-loss type thing. So I'm going to start out by putting in one of the first data I want to get is what's the group stage and what's the week. So I'm going to do multiple choices here. Notice there's a yes/no option. Pretty much never use this. It's not very good. Pretty much the data it outputs you with, instead of being yes and no in plain text, it actually gives you a 0 and a 1. Not really helpful for me, I don't think. So what I'll do is I'll do a multiple choice in that situation and kind of set it up myself. So we'll start off with multiple choice, and the question is simply going to be what stage is, or did this match, what stage was this match in? and question mark. So we have group stage 1. And just hit enter. Group stage 2. And playoffs. And we don't need that one. So, what stage does match come in? Group stage 1, 2, and playoffs. And if you want to, we could bring up the wiki right here. And we could do something like this. I'm just going to go group stage 1. So we have this, copy, and we can put it in the description for questions. Please take a look at the format. Sometimes they will know who they're playing and sometimes they won't. It's just the concept of you're going to have some players in your team that are a little bit less observant on what's going on. So I like doing stuff like that. Then we can do another multiple choice. Or actually, we'll do short text here. Just, you can do this any way you want. So I want to show you both ways. You can either drag that or double click. Double click just seems to work better. We'll do something like, what week did this match take place? Minimum number of characters. You can leave this blank if you trust your team. I have some trolls. I mean, it's funny. I kind of troll them too, so whatever. But they're going to write week blank. So if I put a maximum of 25 characters on it, I know they're going to be fine. Description, I'll just put example week 3. And that's it for that. Next thing I want is, and you can arrange this however you want. Some people would want to put this in the very beginning. Some people might want to put it here. I'll actually show you how to rearrange it if you don't want to. This question is going to be personal. What is your SC2 account name? Same thing, 25. A lot of times I'll put an example here. It's things that you should never mess up in your life, but it happens. So I'll do example, I'll put my own name, TechFour, so they know exactly what to put. Say you actually wanted this in the beginning to make it a little more personal, drag and drop, that easy. I'm going to do, did you win the match? Multiple choice. What was the result of your match? Win, loss, and then I'll put walkover underneath that. Now, walkover, you can arrange this however you want. It's completely up to you. You might think of something a little better than that. Personally, I'm going to just describe what a walkover is here. If the match didn't take place, select walkover. And you can put walkover win, walkover loss, all that kind of stuff. Generally, your players are getting walked over. They're not going to even do this form. But that's good to know because then you don't put them in next week. If they're not filling this form out, you know they're probably not super into it, and you know they're probably going to have an issue with a walkover at some point. Result of your match. I'm going to do this. Short text. And please link your replay file or add screenshots as proof of walkover. Description: upload replays to GG Tracker. I believe it's .com, not even sure, it might even be .net. Upload and they can figure out screenshots. I'm going to leave that fine. Again, this time I'm going to go 50 characters just in case they have a bunch of screenshots or something. Save. And then I usually kind of do my own kind of thank you screen myself here, and it gives them a little chance to add in extra stuff. So I'm going to say thank you for playing your match this week and filling out this form. Basic, you can definitely do more than that. Then I usually end this with something like, is there something else you would like us to know? It gives them an opportunity to add more information. If they want to say, hey, I can't play next week, if, hey, don't give me that map ever again, you know, whatever. And I'll do like 500 characters. That way it doesn't completely screw everything up, but they can put in whatever they want. Save it. And now we're done in this stage. If you want, we can go design. You can kind of change up some colors, add background images, totally up to you. Since I already clicked it, I guess we will change the background image real quick. Ignoring all this other stuff, background color. And I usually do like a little red kind of thing, something like, not like that. Something like that. And then obviously you can't see the text, so we make it white. Button I usually change to, that's not a big deal. At this point you're done. You want to apply this to Typeform. As far as you're concerned, this is done. First thing you want to do is you want to fill out this form yourself. We'll get into really why you want to do this later. But just as a test, make sure there's some data into this Typeform. I'm going to fill it out with my name, TechFour. Easy. And this shows you just how easy it is to actually go through this stuff. You can see if this is group stage B, I just hit the B on the keyboard. I never have to use my mouse at all. We'll say week 3, enter. I lost. Replay.com. I don't know. Let's make that work. And really, when I have this kind of stuff, I love just putting in bold. This is a test. That way, if I'm looking at it later, I don't get confused with this. Enter, enter, done. So, at this point, if you're happy with what we have, we can completely end this. If we want to go further, we can absolutely do that. So, if this is it, you see now we have one response here. Open this up, analyze, and you go down to reports. Now you can see kind of what the overriding thing is. It only gives us that kind of information. General report, where is it? Results, here we go. So this is where you're going to pull up all your individual stuff. So TechFour did it, group stage 2, week 3 loss, the link, and it was just a test. Then you can see when I added that in and everything else. I also see a network ID. It's not really important. If that's all you want to do, that's fine. That'll be alright for you. Personally, I like being able to open this up to more people seeing it, like to make it look a little bit better. So what I'll do is I'll pull in Google Sheets. And I'll make a new sheet for this. That way, everything's just on a spreadsheet, super convenient. When I'm going through this to do match reports, probably what I'm going to want to know first is what group stage is it. So I'll put group stage, then what week, then player, win or loss, replay, and notes. I think that's really all the information we had here, right? Just confirm, name, group stage, week, win, loss, replay, and they can put screenshots in there as well, obviously. Playing this match, anything else you want us to know? That's notes. So, replay I'm going to make a little bit bigger, just to accommodate some links. Notes going to make a lot bigger, accommodate some notes. And player make it a little bit bigger in case they have a long name. Totally up to you. I like making bold. And then I'll kind of make a bunch of this and just center it because it's easier for me to see. We're done in Google Sheets. That was easy, huh? Now, and then really as far as Google Sheets is, whatever you want to do, feel free. It's just use it to set up how you want it. Think about it before you put it in. Last program is called Zapier. This one's a little bit more confusing to use. Not too bad. This is another one that there's Pro and basic settings. Actually, the Pro will help you out here. I don't use it myself, but you can only have so many of these active at a time. You can see my tasks 12 out of 100, Zaps 2 out of 5. Zaps 2 out of 5, that's the big one. You can only have 5 active at a time. So pretty much I always have my information update, the signups for the week, say match reports, and I have to turn off all the old stuff. Make an account here, and that's fine. To do this, make a new Zap. Choose a trigger app. Just simply type in Type F. Typeform will come up. Over here, Sheets. Our trigger, we only have one, but it makes sense anyway. Anytime a new entry is put in, we want Google Sheets to create a new spreadsheet row to say that. Continue. Now here, you'll have to connect a different Typeform account, log into it. It's pretty basic. I'm already up there. Account's working. Same thing with Google Sheets. Account's working. Now we're going to choose what form we're going to use. The last one you made should be on top. Pretty easy. Custom filters, don't worry about that at all. Spreadsheet, untitled spreadsheet, because I did not put a title on it. Yeah, I'm going to actually put a title on that first. Actually, no. You guys can do that. You know how that works, but make sure you put a title on it. Worksheet, I always just put sheet 1. That's all we need. Now this stuff comes up. If you did not fill out your type form, when you go to add a field, it will be blank. You'll have ID and submit date. That's the only two things that's going to come up. And at this point, all it is basic. You're going to want to take time, fill in like win-loss with what question brought that out. Something like this, there isn't many of these things here. If I'm doing signing up for playing in a week, and I'm asking you how comfortable you feel on all these different matches, what I'll do is I'll actually go through it real quick, and I'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if I'm doing out of 10. And then I can look over here real quick and to see what my responses were, because this will always show the last response, and I can match it up a little bit quickly. So you see sometimes like this, it's too long to fit here, so they're going to break it up. Not a big deal. So win-loss. What was the result of your match? Perfect. Player. What is your StarCraft with that account name? Week. Should be what week did this match take place? Notes. Thank you for replying. Anything else you want us to know? Replay. Please link your replays or proof of walkover. Group stage. Where is it? What stage was this match in? I should put what group stage or something, but that's fine. And that's it. Simply put that through. These are all going to come up in a random order. I believe, I actually have no idea why it comes up in different orders. It'll just work. Always test the app. Now, what's that going to do? You're going to see this little thing comes up. It says added by Zapier, ensuring we can access the spreadsheet. Feel free to delete. I never bother deleting, but you can. And then you have samples. Obviously you won't have these to fill in either, but if you never filled out your form, you'll not even have samples here. You definitely want to test with the samples. Should say success, it does, and it'll take the samples, what I put in, and it's going to put them in here. So TechFour filled out that. Group stage 3, week 3, group stage 2, week 3. He lost his match. Here's the replay file. We can click on it, go there. I'm not going to bother. Anything else we want us to know, it's a test, so I know never to look at this. Simple as that. Continue. Name this something relevant. I'm going to put all in. Match reporting. And season 11. If you have any questions from this point on, please put them in the comment section. I'm going to be posting this on CTL. I'll probably put it in some Skype groups as well. So feel free to put any questions on the YouTube channel. Also put any questions down on just the comment section on whatever forum thread we're on. I'm here to help. I use these 3 programs for pretty much everything I do in All In. Really, really big help. I enjoy it a lot, and it makes it super easy that excuse me, Makes it super easy that you and your co-captains can just pop onto this Google spreadsheet at any time, look at it once a day, twice a day, whatever, and say, oh, I got this person here, they put their match report in. You can pop on at the end of the week and say, okay, here's all my reports, here's all the replays, and we put them all together. Pop in a little earlier and say, okay, well, I have replays from these 3 people, means I need them to reach out to these other 4, tell them to get their crap together, and make it work. Like I said, any questions, put them in the thing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.